In this video, we'll be showing you how to use the Jtech laser with your Onefinity CNC to create a file in Lightburn for something like this. We'll open Lightburn and we will click on Devices to add our machine. We'll click Create Manually. Then we will select Garble M3. We'll hit Next. We will click Serial USB. Even though we're not going to use that, we can rename the machine to whatever we want. We're going to use Onefinity. Our dimensions are 32 by 32 because we're using the Woodworker edition. We can then click Next. Our origin is going to be at the front left of the machine, and we're not going to use Auto Home because we are saving G-code, not sending it. We can click Next. We see our machine, and we are done setting up our machine. So we have Onefinity selected. Where it says choose, we're not going to use that.
Before continuing to the next step, ensure that you are on firmware 1.0.9 or newer on your Onefinity controller. Now we're going to raise the max S value from 255 to 1000. To do this, we're going to click on the Settings tab at the top, and we are going to select the max S value box and change it to 1000. Once this is completed, that means that 1000 now represents 100% power instead of 255 representing 100% power.
We can now go to the forum.onefinitycnc.com, and download the Jtech 7-watt library. That's going to give us all of our feeds and speeds for commonly used materials. And to do that, we will download that, and then we will go to Library and click Load to upload that to Lightburn. Once we have that downloaded and loaded into Lightburn, we can create a box the size of our cutting space. Then we can click the Unlock button to edit the width and the height of the space. Then we can go and we can use our text tool to insert our desired text. In our case, it's fun with lasers. Once we have our text in there, we can select our selection tool and we can grab the corner to resize our text. We can then drag it to the center of our workpiece. We can now go to our library and we can select our material. In our case, it's just plywood. And we are going to fill because we want the letters to be filled in. We're going to click Add to Layer. We can see that the outside of the letters is actually filled in. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the outer layer line on our piece, and we're going to change that to the blue down at the bottom. Now the blue is just for a reference so we can see where our workpiece is. So we're not even going to fill that. It's turned off on the output. Now all we do is change the black line to fill, and it's still on generic plywood. Another very important step is to change from absolute coordinates to user origin. Then we'll see that little green dot in the bottom left area of our material. This is setting up the X and Y origin, or the starting point of our project. We're generally going to put this at the bottom left. We can then click Save G-code, and in our dialog box we're going to type in Fun with Lasers. Then we're going to save that to our downloads. Once we have that saved, we can go and we can transfer that over to our USB. And once we have that saved onto our USB, we can eject that to put it into our controller. Once we've created and saved our file on the computer, we can put it on a USB and transfer it over to the controller. The first thing we'll want to do is zero our laser to our workpiece. So we're going to do that from the center of the piece, and we're just going to line this up where it's barely touching this set height tool. Once our laser module is barely touching our height adjustment tool, we can go to our touch screen and we will zero our Z. Once we've zeroed our Z, we can raise the Z axis up and we'll move the laser module to the front left corner to zero our X and Y. Once we have our laser in a general area that we think is correct, we can go to our controller and type in an MDI command to make the laser fire at a barely visible power, just so that we can see where it's at.
Back on our Onefinity controller, we will select the tab at the bottom labeled MDI. In the text box, we will type in an M3 command ranging from M3S10 to M3S100. That's 1 to 10% power. We can now click the play button to make the laser fire. Once we've found a number high enough that the laser just shoots so that we can see it without marking our material, we can then use an M5 command to stop the laser.
So we can see here that the laser is firing currently. We use the command M3, that turns the laser on, and S10, which is the speed, but it's technically our power, and that is the lowest we can go that we can still see it, but it will not burn the wood. Once we have that command typed in, M3 S10, and we can see that the laser is going, but it's not going to burn our material, we're going to take our controller and we jog over to the corner so that we can zero our X and our Y. And once we get that where we want it, we can go back to our controller and zero our X and Y. We turn the laser off with the M5 command. So now that the laser is finished, we're going to move our laser module out of the way. Take a look at it. Now we can see fun with lasers.